All right, hey y'all, welcome back. I'm John, and today it is time for our monthly update of our two different investments and how they're actually doing. Today I'm going to combine two different updates into one. One is our Fidelity account poured into one of our three-legged stool or bucket strategy, and the other one did a video about can you pick a winning stock by throwing a dart at a dartboard. So I'm going to give you a couple timestamps below so you can jump to those two. But before, if you haven't been here before, let me tell you a little bit about what the channel is and why I'm doing this update. So the easy answer is that this channel is about building your sense of a life of abundance. We talk about budgeting, saving, investing, building for a future. When I was growing up, I read all the time about how the average person in America could save little bits over their lifetime and come away with right at $1 million or multiples of $1 million. And I think that sense of optimism has been really lost in this country. So I'm looking to change that conversation about it. Instead of these negative, oh, it's so hard and we're such a failure. No, you can build a life of abundance above and beyond what you're going to get from Social Security or a pension or something like that. You can build a really great financial nest egg if you start early and you work with discipline. So to teach this and to show what I do, I'm doing videos about financial independence. Part of it's Dave Ramsey, part of it's my own creation, part of it is some old Motley Fool stuff. But basically there's a three-bucket strategy, a three-legged stool of where I invest my money. And to illustrate this, what I did was I took $100 of my own money, not much, and put it into the first of those three-legged stool legs, an S&P 500 index fund. And what I've committed to you as my viewer is I will, as this channel grows, as we build, as I get monetized, I'm going to take everything from this channel and pour it into that investment strategy. I'm going to follow my own advice and give you updates, show you exactly how it's working. And this is part of the update I'm giving today. So the first part is I went with Fidelity and I picked their S&P 500 index fund. So let's look and see how it's actually performing. But before we get into it, I've got to share this with you because the markets overall this month, have been really bad. The Dow Jones is down, so you can kind of expect not much is going to be doing great. And I think you're going to see that here in the update. So the first thing is Fidelity. We open up the app, wait for it to load and recognize my face. Click on our accounts. There we go. And you can see that in a second here, any second. There, our accounts, we're at 110.1. So I put in $100. You can see this back in about June, something like that, May, and it's grown by about 10%. Now you can see that it's down $2, 1.87% today, and you can see that huge dip right there. Around October it went up, and then in the last month it's been kind of beat up, and that's tracking what's going on in the overall market. So now let's flip over to Webull and take a look at how our individual stock is doing. I literally picked this by throwing a dart at a dartboard, and unfortunately the answer was Facebook. So I bought it. You can see here my total cost was $365.54, and it currently has a market value of $315.94. Yes, I've successfully lost $50 in a few months by buying this, but I take a long-term view of investments, and go watch that video about how I picked it and actually using the dartboard to choose this one, right? I didn't pick it because I love Facebook, but they've had a lot of headwinds, and then certainly they've changed their name recently, so I'm not surprised it's not doing great, but I still have a long-term view of this, and I still think this will outperform the market given enough time. I just hate it was Facebook, but I went with what the odds actually said. So the result here is not great. $100 becoming $110, but it's been beat up this month. Facebook is dropping as well. That kind of tracks with all my other investments, the stuff I'm not going to share with you because it's family, personal information, right? Just the market has been a little beat up recently, so I'm not scared, not worried. Take a long-term view because over the next 10, 20, 30 years, that's the time frame we're looking at, not 30 days. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was a little informative. Let me know any questions below, guys. I really appreciate you being here. Thanks.